What is with the cosplay community lately and drama? It feels like you can't have one without the other. And I'm so frustrated because I just want to dress up in a fun costume and hang out with my friends. Hi, weebs and weirdos. You're probably wondering why my hair is really messy right now. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Ever since we moved in, I've been making a little bed on the floor and watching TV. I've been watching YouTube or playing games. I've just been being so lazy. I can't help it. I got my comfy plush of cinema roll. I have been having a lot of fun living in the new place since I've moved in. Still haven't been furniture. That's mainly why I've been chilling on the floor in the living room. It's nice seeing the small little changes come together and see this slow progression of new things showing up in the house. I can't wait to update you on that once things get all together. Back to the video. It feels like you cannot escape, whether it's someone talking about their own personal drama, calling out other cosplayers, which, you know, I understand that sometimes when people are problematic, you don't want to support them, but there are some times where people talk way too much about their personal lives. And there's also some issues where there are a lot of harassment and a lot of just toxicity, and why are we treating each other like crap? Stop, please. It feels like every few scrolls, I come across some video about someone talking about how, hey, don't follow this cosplayer, or hey, don't follow that cosplayer. Sometimes it's within good reason based on their online behavior. Other times it's based on their own personal private issues with that person. It's becoming a huge issue for many reasons. One, what the hell is going on with our community? Why are we going online being assholes? Why are we being assholes to each other? For a long time, there were people who made fun of cosplayers. Honestly, even now, even though cosplaying is more common, there are still spaces where cosplayers are being made fun of. Like, for example, in the Stranger Things community, anyone who was cosplaying Eddie got bullied the crap out of them.
I had to cut this really short, but basically they were making fun of the Eddie cosplayer, which I will be tagging in this video. By the way, if they see this, I love their costume to bits. And I've noticed, like, I think I stumbled upon my friend, who I'm also going to add in this video, that someone was making fun of another cosplayer who was cosplaying Eddie Munson. What boils my blood the most is the fact that people say how much they love Eddie Munson. And then when they see someone cosplaying Eddie Munson, they go and make fun of it.
We need to be together, not going around crapping on each other. Who cares if that cosplay isn't completely accurate? Who cares if you're not following Eurocentric beauty standards? Like, shut up. Oh my god. On the other hand, even though I believe in accountability, even though I believe that if somebody does something wrong, that they deserve to come forward, admit that they're wrong, and try to repair what they've done, I also believe that certain issues within your personal life should stay personal. Or if you're coming online and choosing to talk about your personal issues, you shouldn't be putting someone else in a position where they could be doxxed, or they could be harassed, especially when you are responsible for having a large audience.
I feel like I say this all the time, so I'm just gonna stop saying it. Hey guys, talking about drama. But this is like in a general sense, not anything specific. Just like getting my thoughts out there. I don't understand two people who may or may not be content creators. Yes, they are. Yeah, two people who are content creators will have a falling out privately, and then one of them will come out and be like, guys, I'm exposing them because they're such a bad friend or boyfriend or girlfriend, and they made me sad that one time. Guys, you should harass them and find out where they live.
You're practically giving them their address at that point. Like, you're pretty much sending your entire buddies to go and target one person, which is insane. Yeah, maybe they were crappy towards you. Maybe they weren't a good friend. But it doesn't change the fact that they don't need the whole full force of the internet on their ass. With that in mind, I still strongly believe that in the cosplay community, we need to be cleaning up our act. Especially the way we treat each other. I've already mentioned in the past, but I'm going to emphasize that right now. Why are we treating POC cosplayers like crap? I've seen some amazing cosplays that they've done of different characters, and then people are in the comments talking about how oh, that character isn't black. You're cosplaying an anime character, and last time I checked, it takes place in Japan in this specific series, or it's in a fantasy realm where that character isn't even a human. Shut up! Oh my god! You are a hypocrite! Stop it!
Okay, so he could be outside doing a job.
Yes.
Just at least getting air.
Yeah.
Could be seeing friends. Could be doing anything meaningful with his life. But instead, he's doing this. This is meaningful. We're fixing the community. Fixing it how? By bullying cosplayers? No, by making sure that black cosplayers understand what is and is not okay. Next, you're gonna tell me that if you want to cosplay a black character, you need to be accurate too. Well, of course, we can show you where the face paint is. Yeah, no, I'm out of here. No, we need your help, please.
It is just so ironic that these people are so quick to go into other people's comments and talk about how they don't look right for that character. You're not even that race. You're not Japanese. You're not an elf. You're not whatever. Shut up. I also think when it comes to drama, whenever it comes out into the community, people need to learn how to have lukewarm responses. I've mentioned this before in my Stella Chu video. I'm not going to go into any specific details about how I feel, because honestly, you could just pick up that video and check that out. In a nutshell, I did not agree with the opinion that Stella Chu had. Many cosplayers did not agree with the opinion that Stella Chu had. But sometimes when people are upset about things, they go above and beyond with that anger. They go a little too extra. And I feel like that proportion in which they get angry exceeds the issue, or it gets misplaced with something else. For example, with Stella Chu, they get so angry and mad at Stella Chu as a person, and they start nitpicking things about how she looks, what her personality is, whether or not she's a good person, completely unrelated to how she feels about cosplay. And that is whoa, we are getting way too far with that. Honestly, you could say that with many other things in the community in general. I've seen this one person's video that I'm going to pull up here talking about about this bandwagon culture where some small issue pops up and then everybody starts going all the way on a hate train.
Can we talk about how the cosplay community has a bandwagoning problem? Now, what I mean by that is that a lot of cosplayers, again, I don't really think it's just the cosplay community. I think it's prevalent in other spaces, but I feel like I've noticed this especially in the community where if there's something coming out about somebody, everybody just bandwagons and believe the one side and will just won't even listen to the other side. And I feel like there's heavy bias involved in all of this. And I'm just sitting here what happened to objectivity? Whatever happened to, listening to both sides? Whatever happened to that, right? Technically, there's three sides to a story: the truth, your POV, and the other person's POV. For example, right? Recently, earlier this year, I was friends with a cosplayer, and I'm not going to name names because, again, I'm not going to drag anyone into drama, but I'm just giving this as an example and trying to see if anyone can relate to this. There were some allegations made about this cosplayer, and someone else informed me, right? And I'm the type of person who, I need to see, proof. I'm not going to believe word of mouth. And I asked for that. And tell me why it's just the proof is literally just a bunch of Discord chats of he said, she said. But the person who told me this wasn't even the actual person who was, who had all the facts. It was just a third party member or whatever. And I'm just do you have proof? Did they show you proof? And they're just oh no, but I can get some. And when they got the proof, to me, it was just a bunch of he said, she said, but
some people feel a little too excited to crap on someone, to be angry at someone, even if you have an initial reason to be mad at someone, an initial very valid reason, very well thought out reason of why you'd be upset about someone's behavior or about something they've said. Completely understandable. But then it starts to turn and transform into something different, completely different, filled with so much anger and hatred that it feels so proportionately different from where we began. Oh my god, remember when cosplay used to be fun? I want to cosplay less often just because I have to think about all of this. I love you guys. I love my audience. Y'all are cool. I love the communities that I'm a part of. I always have. I have been cosplaying for a long while, and even before that, I've been watching anime, and I really want to be able to express myself creatively. I want other people to be able to express themselves creatively and feel safe, surrounded by people who share their interests. But lately, it feels like everything's getting more and more complicated. Why can't we make space for other people? Why can't we make space for people who look different? Why can't we make space for people who can't afford those super accurate cosplays? Or who want to express their cosplay character to look a little different? Maybe they want to make a little twist to it, change things a little. If you love my videos, please check out my other stuff. And please, please, please be not only the bigger person, but also continue to spread a positive, safe message. I not only encourage you to do that, but I want to do the same. I want to try to rebuild this community because I am tired of seeing people give up on their dreams or not feel safe or go through a bunch of mental health issues because of something that shouldn't be stress-inducing. Cosplay is supposed to be fun. Cosplay is supposed to connect you with other people. Just be kind. As always, I do not know how to end videos. I suck at outros. But I hope that I end this video on a positive note. Bye. Be good. Be kind.